patch cord. They stole all our CD players, right? So this goes into any old of our Discmen, and you got to run the two signals down into one. I mean a mono. And so this is an RCA jack to go in the back of the mixing board, and we're back in business. It's like $10 at Radio Shack.
Here's what's happening, brothers and sisters, for those who are not totally aware. Our station was physically assaulted and our equipment was taken last Wednesday.
They came in with guns drawn. He said it was about 15 agents, you know. Michael could tell you more about it. 15 agents and some uniformed cops. They came in with guns and seizing the equipment. So that's what happened. But Michael was there. Michael could tell you more about it.
There was a DJ in there. He opened the door. They had guns. They had a battering ram. They were already taking the antenna down. They took all the equipment. So that's basically what happened.
Right now, we're hoping here that Tony, Music Man, is going to give us an accurate accounting as to what happened when they came in on it. Tony?
Yeah, Music Man!
First of all, let me greet you as I normally do. I bid you revolutionary greetings, anarchist greetings, and I want to say to all of our sister stations that are here, welcome aboard. Let me go through grave detail on the day of December 11th at 11 o'clock a.m. I was sitting near the control panel in the big recliner chair. And at the time, one of the tapes that were playing was the October 6th mass convergence on Union Square. So about 5 minutes after I started playing that, I heard this big bam on the door downstairs. They had a battering ram and a sledgehammer. I have never in my life been so scared. I've actually seen it done on TV, but not in real life. I'm talking about these U.S. Marshals were hefty. I'm talking about muscle bound and dared you to say anything crazy.
Was they packing?
They were packing. Now let me get to that part. All right, so when they came in, they banged on the door. They said, "Open up. We have a search warrant." And as soon as I unlocked the door, and all the three locks that we had on the door, the studio door, first thing I had pulled in my face was a 39 caliber pistol pointed dead smack in my forehead. They snatched me, threw me up against the wall, searched my pockets, and then told me to sit down. There was also one Oakland police officer there. He ran a warrant check. They found out they couldn't get nothing on me and they had to let me go. But I've never in my life been so scared to know that I was a target when they came in.
My show's on 104.1 FM on Friday morning, 7 to 9, and it's called Isabella. And on Isabella, we try to give the audience not only awesome platform for voices of many, but we give you that tossed salad. We're political, spiritual, and physical. And on Isabella, we strongly feel that it's important that all of us stand up. And I'm not talking about those that are physically, stand up for those who are physically challenged. I'm talking about those desensitized through Prozac, abuse, violence. See, we must stand up for our future, the children. And in our country now, instead of building schools and YMCAs, they build prisons and they privatized them so that in the Midwest, when the jobs were gone, what did they do? They built prisons. That's where the people there work. But what's sad and so dark about the obvious thing of it all is that they are betting and they have stock on these prisons, on the failure of our future, our youth. They bet for their failure to fill these prisons. And as the group System of the Down says, they're trying to build a prison, they're trying to build a prison, they're trying to build a prison to put our babies in. We need to stand up. And on Isabella, we say our knees are raw, the knee pads are worn. So get up. We're getting up right now, all of you. And we want to thank you at Berkeley Liberation Radio.
One of the things that I was most proud of about Free Radio Berkeley is the fact, and he's right here, Stephen Dunifer and others, provided transmitters to community groups, political groups in other countries. El Salvador being one that comes to mind. Haiti. You understand? Here's situations where back where these people were using it, that was their radio, that was it. But these people depended on these little transmitters we sent them to set up communication centers, radio stations in their little countries. Very modest, and one of the most well-known is a situation where a group called the Zapatistas sent a request for a transmitter. They will mail the transmitter, okay? And that little transmitter, that little thing that the FCC stole from our studio the other day, became an instrument through which they organized their community successfully. So understand what we got here, and understand why the bankers, the bosses, the landlords don't want us to function. They want us to roll over. They want us to give up. Forget about it. We shut you down, shut up. We'll entertain you. Well, think about that, brothers and sisters, because I've got a different idea. Steve, come on up here and join us.
All right, Steve.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today, show support for Berkeley Liberation Radio. This has been a close to 10 or 11 year struggle to liberate the airwaves, not only in this country, but in other countries as well. And what the real bottom line for me in all of this is what we're really fighting against is not as FCC. The FCC is a small player in a much larger program. Like many other federal agencies, they essentially are captive to the interests they're supposed to regulate in the first place, the corporate broadcasters. Really what the issue we're looking at in a greater sense is essentially the essentially fascist corporate attempt to control everything. I mean, down to your genes, your own internal reality. They want to control it all from one end to the other. And this is what this whole struggle is about, from whether it's here in the Bay Area or whether it's in Argentina, whether it's in Haiti, wherever it is. What we're really fighting against is this fascist, neoliberal corporate domination of everything in our lives and the theft of our resources, including our rights as individuals, which are inalienable, and we have to fight to keep those from being taken from us. And that's what this struggle is about. It's a fight for the inalienable rights of free speech and to communicating among ourselves. So I would just say keep up the struggle. We just opened a new shop not too far from here on Adeline Street. If you want to get involved in actually building transmitters, sending transmitters to other countries, helping stations get on the air here, you're welcome to join that process. That work continues, and we have another transmitter sitting on the bench if this one gets seized. So thanks.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Stephen.